It's no secret as Albuquerque continues to grow, the number of landing spots for balloons keeps shrinking. So the city and Balloon Fiesta have come up with a list of ways to start saving landing spots around town, but they come with major hurdles. KRQE News 13 investigative reporter Ann Perrette shows you the changing landscape that pilots are facing and what it could mean for Balloon Fiesta's future.
When they see the balloons launch and fly, you got to remember every one of those balloons has to have a place to land.
We've seen that happen in neighborhoods, in the trees, on busy city streets. Where a hot air balloon lands isn't only unpredictable, it's becoming more challenging as landing spots constantly disappear.
It used to be you could take off and almost land anywhere.
Paul Smith will earn his 40-year stripes this year for 4 decades of piloting hot air balloons. For the last 25 years, he's also served as the executive director of the International Balloon Fiesta. So he understands this issue.
I mean, Albuquerque, for people who've been here 40 years or longer, they just know how much it's grown.
But for the balloon community, watching vacant land fill up with more and more buildings and streetlights and power lines is nerve-wracking, specifically in this area, stretching almost 5 miles south of the Balloon Fiesta Park, where Smith says more than 70% of flights come down.
A lot of those open spaces I used to be able to land in or put a target in for competition just aren't there anymore.
Actually, 75% of those ideal landing spots in North Valley Corridor have been lost to development over the past 30 years.
I think it's kind of shocking because you don't think about it, right? We all see construction happening, throughout the years around us, but once the building is built, it's easy to forget what used to be there. And in these cases, there was nothing there.
Take a look. KRQE digital investigative data reporter Curtis Segarra mapped it out, showing how much has changed in just the last 3 decades.
At 91, it's black and white, but you can see individual fields, parks, and just spaces where a balloon might be able to land. It's prime real estate for businesses, especially large businesses. That's what we see in the Renaissance development.
The Renaissance development near I-25 and Montano, a location that caught both Segarra's and Smith's attention.
It had been cleared, it was flat, there were roads to it. It was just a nice, easy place to target.
Before developers started building up the 8.6 million square feet of Renaissance in the early 2000s, up to 490 balloons could safely land here. Today, this area sees the most amount of traffic from shoppers to big box stores like Costco, Home Depot, Cavender's, and Sportsman's.
We don't want to stop development. We just want to have balloon-friendly development if we can.
That involves a conversation during the design phase. Smith says the first financial credit union in the Renaissance development spoke with him about how they could help.
If they didn't sprawl quite out so much, and if they had made things a little more compact and didn't put trees every 15 feet throughout the property, but kind of clustered in different areas, it could be a lot more balloon-friendly. And they did.
That's just one of the ideas Smith put forth as co-chair of Albuquerque's Balloon Landing Task Force. Created in 2018, the 18-person group took on the challenge of finding and preserving more landing spots in and around the city.
There's a few areas that are really open around there.
The task force presented its findings to City Council earlier this year. The report lists a number of solutions, asking people to make their property balloon-friendly, which could come with a high price tag, purchasing large plots of open land that could also be used as a wide-open park. The city did this with the Vista del Norte property off Osuna, preempting the development of a Walmart on the 22-acre site, preserving enough space for 50 balloons to land.
This would be a great place right here, this soccer field.
Collecting a number of smaller properties is another idea. But can the city keep stalling growth for balloon landings?
So we don't want to do anything that's going to hurt the development of Albuquerque, but we just need to have landing spots, and that's why we're hopeful that the landing site task force is going to be able to secure some, preserve some others, and actually hopefully acquire some more.
All those ideas will take money and time. So for now, the only new landing spots are ones the community creates, with businesses asking people to park near their buildings or streetlights to free up space in a parking lot. Or with the X Marks the Spot campaign targeting property owners with big yards and farmland.
When pilots see the white sheet or a white X, then they know that they're welcome there.
While Smith says he hasn't heard any pilots say they're planning on ditching Fiesta because of the dwindling number of landing spots, he does know it limits how many balloons the event can accommodate. 20 years ago, Fiesta saw 1,000 balloons. That's down to just 600 now and could force an overhaul of how Balloon Fiesta operates in the future.
What happens if no action is taken on these proposals?
It's not something I want to consider. The character and how we operate Balloon Fiesta may change. How balloons fly in Albuquerque may change. We'll just have to go further west. But balloons will find a place to do something.
Ann Perrette, KRQE investigates.
Now, we reached out to the city to ask when action might be taken on the task force's ideas. The city says its focus is on this year's Balloon Fiesta right now, and they will continue the conversation, they say, later this fall.